Did you ever wonder what would have happened if the scientist Skibidi Toilet never died? Will the Skibidi Toilets still join the Alliance? Or would the Astro Toilets go against them in the first place? We all know that the scientist Skibidi Toilet is one of the smartest characters in the series, and his death made a huge impact on the Skibidi Toilets. Their power dynamic literally changed, and the G-Toilet had no option but to join hands with the Alliance. Now you might be wondering, what if the scientist Skibidi Toilet somehow survived in episode 70? Well, don't worry, because in today's episode, I will cover all of these topics. Now, before we talk about what happened in episode 70, I am wondering, why didn't the Astro Toilets attack the Skibidi Toilets until the death of the scientist Skibidi Toilet? I mean, isn't that concerning? Now you might be saying that the Astro Toilets did attack them in episode 60. Well, yeah, they attacked the G-Toilet, but as soon as the Skibidi scientist shows up, they quickly ran away. Maybe the scientist Skibidi Toilet knows about their weakness? Or maybe the Astro Toilets were scared of him because they knew that the scientist Skibidi Toilet could potentially find their weakness. I mean, we all know that until now, the scientist Skibidi Toilet was coming up with counters for the abilities of Alliance. For example, the glasses for the TV rays or the headphones for the sonic sound waves. I am just saying it, and maybe I am wrong, but it's just a theory. And I have another very interesting and scary theory connecting this one. What if the secret agent is evil? Or maybe he is secretly helping the Astro Toilets? I mean, he planned the death of scientist Skibidi Toilet, and we can also see him talking to the scientist Skibidi Toilet. But we still don't know what he said to him. Or in episode 67, we can see him giving signals to the POV cameraman, and he told him to look left. I mean, why is he so desperate to get rid of the scientist Skibidi Toilet? Maybe he also knew that the scientist Skibidi Toilet was going to be a problem for the Astro Toilets. I mean, it's just a theory, and I hope it's not true, but if it happened, it is going to be the biggest plot twist ever. Because let's be honest here, the secret agent is really mysterious, and we don't even know half about him for now. What we have seen is that he is a good guy, and I hope he is. But who knows what Mr. Boom is planning? I mean, just imagine this plot twist. Or maybe the secret agent knew that the scientist Skibidi Toilet was pure evil, and he wouldn't be trusted for the Alliance. That's why the death of the scientist Skibidi Toilet was necessary for the plot. Either this or the Astro Toilets are really smart. They intentionally waited for both sides to get weaker and injured, so they can third-party them afterward. I don't know, man, all of these points can't be a coincidence, but I guess we will just have to wait and see. Now let's talk about what happened in episode 70. In episode 70, the scientist Skibidi Toilet died. But he wasn't alone in dying in that episode. A lot of our beloved soldiers sacrificed their lives, including the Dark Speaker Man and the Goat Plunger Man. Now, there are two ways that the scientist Skibidi Toilet could have survived in episode 70. Don't worry, we will get through both of these ways. The first one is that the secret agent never planned to kill him in the first place. I mean, like, the normal episodes, everything else went normally, and the Astro Toilet still attacked them in episode 74. Like, everything else went exactly the same, but this episode did not go like this. Now, if it went like this, we know that the Plunger Man and the Dark Speaker Man would have survived too. Which is really cool, but what other changes we will see? The thing is, I don't think that the Skibidi Toilets would have joined the Alliance if the scientist Skibidi Toilet was still alive. But let's just say that they did join them. Then things in the future will go differently because, with the help of the scientist Skibidi Toilet, they can grow much faster and they can become much stronger. Because the scientist Skibidi Toilet can make clones of someone, and he can also make great tech stuff for him and the Alliance. They can also work on the parasitic virus to improve it, and with the help of the scientists of the Alliance and their combined technology, they would have been unstoppable. And if they don't join them, then there will be 3 sides, or maybe 2 sides, because I also don't think that the Astro Toilets will betray them so quickly. I know that they will do it, but they will definitely delay this plan. So if it's a 2v1 against Alliance, well, then we all know that the Alliance is cooked. Come on now, let's not be delusional here. If any of you think that the Alliance can win against the Astro Toilets and Skibidi Toilets combined, then I have no words for you, man. I mean, I am also with the Alliance, obviously, but it's just not possible. What's gonna happen is that first the Astro Toilets and Skibidi Toilets would wipe the Alliance in a 2v1, then it's gonna be a 1v1 between the Astros and Skibidi Toilets, and the Astro Toilets are also probably gonna win that one. And before all of this, I think we can see some cool upgrades for the Plunger Man and the Dark Speaker Man, because they both would have survived in episode 70. I really miss both of them. Well, don't go anywhere yet, because there is also one more possibility of the scientist Skibidi Toilet surviving in episode 70. Although, I don't really like this one, but it could have happened. We all know that the scientist Skibidi Toilet tries to escape from the fight many times, but he was unsuccessful every time. What if one of his tricks works? Like when he tried to teleport away, or when he desperately attempted one final escape through the ceiling doors, only for them to open to reveal the waiting Alliance Titans. What if the Titans were busy somewhere else, or they could have arrived a little late? I mean, it was possible, but everything went against the scientist Skibidi Toilet. Well, let's just say that he somehow escapes through the roof. Now, the reason why I like this and also don't like this at the same time. If he escapes, that means the Plunger Man and the Dark Speaker Man would still be ending up dead, which I don't like, and the good thing is if they joined the Alliance, then the scientist Skibidi Toilet would obviously be a lot of help. One other noticeable change I would like to mention, it's the survival of the Titan cameraman. Because what I figured is, if the scientist Skibidi Toilet survived, I don't think the fight between the Titans and G-Toilet would take place in episode 73. I mean, sure it was going to happen, but not so soon. Therefore, even if the Astro Toilet still attacked them in episode 74, the Titans would definitely be able to escape, because they won't be exhausted or injured. Well, I think the Titan cameraman is still alive regardless of these situations, and my goat is going to make a comeback very soon. And he is also going to be stronger than ever. Well, I also think that the fight between the detainer Astro Toilet and the G-Toilet would also be delayed because it just makes sense to assume that the Astro Toilet waited for the death of scientist Skibidi Toilet. Well, at the end, these are all just theories and fun. What if episodes? The only one who knows what's going to happen is Mr. Boom himself. And I also know that he is planning and executing everything very carefully. I am really grateful for the Skibidi Toilet series as the way it is going right now. Just bring back the Titan cameraman and please give the Speaker Titan some upgrades. Well, I also have a question for you guys. If the scientist Skibidi Toilet was still alive and the Skibidi Toilets joined hands with the Alliance, then who would win in a fight between the Astro Toilets and the new Alliance? Well, if you know me, I glaze the Astro Toilets all the time and how they are the ultimate villains of the series. But with the Titan cameraman and the scientist Skibidi Toilet both alive, and the combined technology, I think the Alliance would definitely win. The thing is, we still don't know how strong the Astro Toilets are or how many of them are there, but still I think the Alliance will manage it somehow. But as of now, it's almost equally balanced, but I think Astro Toilets are stronger right now. But I also think a new race is going to be introduced very soon. Probably the computer race. The reason why everyone thinks the computer race is going to be introduced soon is because of this clip. We can see every Alliance head on the table, and a monitor too. But it's not confirmed. Honestly, I am really excited for the upcoming episodes because the Alliance has just started. And these new upgrades and weapons are really cool. It's crazy to think how much the lore has expanded, and now we have a whole series. But I still don't understand the people who haven't even watched the show yet. They call it brain rot or dislike the series in general. Well, we can't really do anything about them, so let's just enjoy the show. Did you ever wonder what would happen if the TV men teamed up with the Astro Toilets? You might be thinking, why would they even do that? Well, you see in episode 76 of Skibidi Toilet, we saw some struggle between the Alliance. And if you don't know already, the Alliance was between these three groups: the cameramen, the speaker men, and last but not least, the TV men. After the cameramen lost their Titan, we see some changes in the attitude of the TV men. And at the end of episode 76, we see the cameraman and TV man fighting. And we hear TV men saying that you will regret it. So now what if the TV men betray the Alliance and join hands with the Astro Toilets? Will that be the end of the cameramen and the speaker men? And what would happen to the Skibidi Toilets? Well, don't worry, because I will cover all of these topics in today's episode. For now, let's assume that the TV men break the Alliance. From here, they have two options. One is that they are still going to fight against the Astro Toilets, but not with the Alliance, meaning they are going to take this matter into their own hands and fight the Astro Toilets individually and separately. But still, the TV men and cameramen share a common enemy. Not that bad, right? Well, the second option is that they are going to betray the Alliance, and they are going to team up with the Astro Toilets. And, to be honest, they have a lot of reasons to choose option 2. And if you don't know the reasons, let me give you some examples. We all know that the TV men are lazy and coward, and no, I am not talking about their Titan or the TV women. I am talking about the race itself. Like, how often do we see the normal TV men fighting at the battlefield? Like, isn't that concerning? If no, let me give you one more reason. As we all know, the TV men seek knowledge and technology, and as we already see that in the latest episodes that they only cares about the samples.
Samples more important.
So they're going to join hands with the Astro Toilet to learn the secret about their technology.
Analyze this thoroughly.
And if you guys are still not concerned, just because I love you, I will give you the conclusion for both of these options. For now, let's just say that they choose option number 1 and decide to fight alone. In my opinion, this would mean that they really are thinking they can take the Astro Toilets one-on-one. And let's not forget about the Skibidi Toilets, because we know that the G-Toilet wants to team up with the Alliance in order to beat the Astro Toilets. And I think the main reason for that is because the G-Toilet knows about the true power of the Astro Toilets.
You have no idea what's coming.
Considering the fact that he was once one of them. So now the question is, which team will the G-Toilet join? The cameraman and the speaker men? Or the TV men? Well, it doesn't really matter because either way, I don't think they can beat the Astro Toilets. But what if we were to guess who has better chances of winning against the Astro Toilets? To be honest, I think if the Camera Titan is still alive and the G Toilet joins them, they have higher chances of winning than the TV Men and Skibidi Toilets. But if we see the current situation, I think after the Astro Toilets, the TV Men are the strongest race in the verse right now and will have a greater chance of winning against the Astro Toilets. But still, in this option, either way, they are going to lose to the Astro Toilets. So let's move to their second option, which was that they broke the alliance and joined the Astro Toilets. For this to really work, we have to assume that the Astro Toilets are going to agree to this alliance, which I don't think is going to happen, and results are going to be the same as option 1. But because we are assuming here, so let's just say that the Astro Toilets agreed to this association. Now, what is really going to happen? Well, if this works out for them, the G Toilet will have no choice but to team up the cameramen and the speakermen. But would this really make any difference? Probably not. But to make this interesting, let's say that the Camera Titan is alive and returns to battlefield once again. Now there are two teams. Team 1, which contains the cameramen, speakermen, and the Skibidi Toilets, versus Team 2, which subdue the Astro Toilets and the TV Men. Now you might be thinking that between these two teams, how much of a power difference is actually there? Well, to make this more clear and understandable, let me introduce you to some of the best fighters from both teams. Team 1 has the Titan Cameraman, Titan Speakerman, G Toilet, Camera Strider, Mutant Skibidi, Speaker Woman, Camera Women, Fake G Clones, Plunger Cameraman, Dark Speakerman, Large Cameraman, Large Speakerman, Mikey Joy, and many more great fighters. And on Team 2, we got Titan TV Man, UFO Astro, TV Women, Juggernaut Astro, Mothership Astro, TV Daddy, Astro Duchess, Detainer Astro, Carrier Astro, and many more powerhouses. Now, both of these teams are really powerful, but still Team 2 is definitely overpowered. And you might be wondering, is there any possibility for Team 1 to secure this victory? Well, to be honest, there are only 3 possible ways for Team 1 to actually win this battle. First one is going to be boring and basic. There is a thing called plot armor. And if you don't know what that is, let me explain. Basically, plot armor happens when a character's value is defined by their narrative necessity rather than their relevance to what is happening in the plot or events in the narrative. This means the only factor which has allowed the protagonist to survive is the fact that they're the protagonist. So if Boom wants them to win, they are going to win. But the second way they can win is really interesting. Hey, bro, I am making a video. What do you want? Sorry to interrupt, but I just need a minute with them. Make it quick. It's a quick announcement, and if you don't want to participate, just skip to this timestamp. So I want to say that this was my first time making a what if episode. And honestly, it took a lot of effort to make. What I want from you guys is 2 things. The first one is that I need your feedback in the comment section below. And second one is that I want some good what if episode ideas. Also, I wanted a way to connect with you guys. So here's what we are going to do. You guys are going to share your best what if theories in the comment section, and whichever comment gets the most likes, I will try to make a video about it. And obviously, I will give that person the credit and a shout out. I love and appreciate all the support. Let's continue our video. The second way they can win is really interesting. What if the TV men join the Astro Toilets, so they can later attack them from behind when their guard is lower? This means that from the beginning, this was all a plan of the Alliance. And I don't think the Astro Toilets are going to survive this unexpected attack, because they're already going to be busy fighting the cameramen and Skibidi Toilets. If that happens, I am going to be so happy, but let's not forget our third and last way of winning here. Well, our third way is also very imaginary. For this to work out, someone else is going to have to help Team 1. For example, what if Boom introduced a new race? Or maybe the multiverse characters came to help them, or let's not forget about the humans. Maybe they have some special powers that we don't know of. Well, that would also be very cool in my opinion. And how can we not mention the most mysterious entity in the whole verse? I am talking about the mighty chair. In the recent episode, it's confirmed that the chair has some sort of special powers. But we still don't know how strong the chair actually is. But what I believe is that the chair is definitely an important figure in the series. Well, I guess we just have to wait and let Mr. Boom cook for now. These are some of the ways for them to actually win. Other than that, Team 1 is absolutely cooked. Also, let me clear this. I really want the Alliance to get back together and clear the misunderstandings between them. Also, I want the Titan cameraman to come back and fight side by side with the Alliance once again. Did you ever wonder what would have happened if the Titan Speakerman never got infected? Would he still be considered the weakest Titan? And what other changes we will see? We all know the Titan Speakerman is one of the main powerhouses for the Alliance, alongside the Titan Cameraman and the Titan TV Man. Speaking of Titans, don't you wonder that what if the Titan Cameraman got infected? Or even better, What if the Titan TV man got infected? Well, don't worry, because in today's episode, I will cover all of these topics. So make sure to watch till the end because the results might shock you. Well, you see, in episode 32, the Titan speakerman was in the middle of a fight with a giant camo Skibidi toilet when two parasitic Skibidi toilets were sent to ambush him from both sides. He was able to destroy one of the parasitic toilets, but the other managed to infect him. This infection caused noticeable changes in him. Electricity now crackles around his speakers, his core has turned yellow, and his head twitches uncontrollably. Since being infected, Titan Speakerman has become significantly weaker in physical combat. His ability to fight up close has worsened, and he's no longer as powerful as he was before the infection. The parasite inside him causes him to avoid physical encounters, forcing him to rely on his long-range weapon to survive. As a result, his combat effectiveness in close quarters has dropped dramatically. First, I wonder why didn't he just use both hands to avoid getting infected? Maybe he wasn't aware of the second one. But what other ways could he have avoided getting infected? Well, that question is for you guys. Now we know what already happened. Let's talk about the changes. The first one that comes to mind is the defeat of the Cinema Titan. But let's talk about that later. For now, we all know that each of these Titans gets upgrades and enhancements, and we all also know that the Skibidi Toilets upgraded the current Speaker Titan. What if they never did that? I mean, the Alliance would definitely do something to upgrade him then, because his base form is not that strong. I still wonder what cool upgrades would he have gotten from the Alliance. I mean, if the Titan TV man can utilize speakers, then maybe the Titan Speakerman can utilize TV screens. The Titan Speakerman also loves to use daggers and knives, so maybe give him a cool blade or weapon similar to that. Sometimes I feel bad for the Titan Speakerman. He has so much potential, but he's getting dirty by the plot. Come on now, just give my man some upgrades. And speaking of upgrades, I think his next appearance is going to shock us all, because he might be finally getting some power-ups. To be honest, Skibidi Toilets did not do a bad job for him. I mean, the upgrades are still cool and powerful, I guess. But my point is, we can definitely do better than that. Now let's talk about the Cinema Titan. This version of Titan TV Man was really cool, but unfortunately in episode 47, the G-Toilet and the Speaker Titan defeated him. If the Speaker Titan wasn't infected, Jimmy would have been cooked by now. Because come on now, we all know that the Cinema Titan was overpowering him. But my man Jimmy got that plot armor, and exactly because of plot armor, somehow he might have survived again. What do you guys think? If the Titan Speakerman never got infected, would he be stronger or weaker than his current form? I think he would be weaker because even after he got cured, we still have not seen any upgrades. So maybe the Skibidi Toilets did a good job after all, and everything else would pretty much be the same. So now, let's talk about the Titan Cameraman being infected. Now, I think the perfect episode for him to get infected is episode 57, because we can see a parasitic Skibidi Toilet trying to infect him. In that exact moment, if the Titan Speakerman held him, or the parasitic Skibidi Toilet attacked a little earlier when the Titan Cameraman was distracted, I think it was possible for him to get infected. But do you know, maybe if he got infected, he would have been alive now? I mean, it's not confirmed if he is dead or not. I'm just assuming right now. Because we know with him being infected, a lot of stuff would have changed. For example, in episode 65, if the Titan Cameraman was infected, that means that the Speaker Titan would have to come alone. Or let's say he attacked them with the Titan TV Man. Now, I know they would have won against the fake G-Toilet, but would the Titan TV Man survive the kamikaze trap? Because he is not so fast, and unlike the Titan Cameraman, he did not have a shield. I mean, yes, he can just teleport, but that takes some time. As we see the Titan Speakerman barely getting out of it, or in episode 59, when the Titan duo shakes hands. If the Titan Cameraman got infected, they both would have fight instead. And we know that the Titan Cameraman is stronger than the Speaker Titan, so I think the Speaker Titan would have had to retreat. Same with the episodes 64, 65, 67, and many other episodes, because the Titan Cameraman is always doing most of the work. But one thing is for sure, the Titan Cameraman with the upgrades of the Skibidi Toilet would go so crazy. I mean, this guy can utilize weapons so effectively, and the Skibidi Toilet's got really good technology and brains. To be honest, what I'm saying is really iconic, because now the Skibidi Toilets and the Alliance are teaming up. So we are definitely going to see some cool upgrades. The most excited I am for is the G-Toilet. Even though he was really powerful before, I think with the help of the Alliance, he can become much stronger. After him, I am excited for my GOAT, Titan Cameraman. I mean, he had his prime already, but if he came back, he's going to become stronger than ever, and last, but not least, our beloved Speaker Titan might get upgraded too. Which character do you guys think will get the best upgrades and why? Even though Titan Cameraman is really powerful, but I think the Alliance would somehow manage to free him from the parasitic virus. And even if they don't, it wouldn't really matter, because they have a common enemy now. The real problem would have been, what if the Titan TV Man got infected? I mean, he is the strongest Titan, and in episode 68, he almost got infected too. So it is reasonable to say that he could have gotten infected in that episode. With him and the Skibidi Toilets combined, would have been overpowered, and the Alliance is definitely going to struggle against them. Because just imagine G-Toilet and Titan TV Man in the same team. Like a duo, unstoppable. And maybe the Scientist Toilet would survive too. Well, I wonder who is going to win if the Titan Cameraman and the Speaker Man fought against the Titan TV Man. I know it's a 1v2 situation, but I think it's not going to be easy. But with the offense of Titan Speaker Man and the defense of Titan Cameraman, they might win this and free the Titan TV Man from the parasitic virus. But thanks to the technology of the TV Man, their Titan never got infected in the first place. With this, I was also wondering what was going to happen if all of the Titans got infected. I mean, would the Alliance be able to do something? It's really difficult to say, but I think with the help of the secret agent, they might be able to pull something, because we still don't know how strong the secret agent actually is. But one thing is for sure, he is easily Titan level strong. And the chair, we don't know about that too. So we will just have to let Mr. Boom cook for now. Other than that, they can make some technology too, like a device they made back in the day, but a stronger version of that weapon. If they can't do that, the Astro Toilets are surely going to win then, because they can simply defeat them one by one. The only possible way to defeat the Astro was to join forces, and they are finally doing it. And I still see a lot of people underestimating the strength of the Astro Toilets. Guys, I will give you an example. G-Toilet is the strongest in the Skibidi faction, and Detainer was almost able to defeat him, and Detainer is nowhere near the strongest in the Astro faction. And I am telling you that is true for sure. At least there are 5 more Astro Toilets that are stronger than the Detainer Astro Toilet. And we still don't know how many of them are actually there, since the Duchess Astro Toilet just got introduced, and she is hella strong too. My point is the Astro Toilets are going to be a big problem for the Alliance and Skibidi Toilets. But trust me, the lore is going to be crazier, and a new race will be introduced too. Who else is excited about the upcoming episodes? To sum it all up, I am still happy with the way things are going, because I know Mr. Boom is not going to disappoint us. But please just give the Speaker Titan some upgrades. And the comeback of the Titan Cameraman would also be great. And for the Titan TV Man, I mean, he is already powerful. And last, but not least, the upgrades of Jimmy are going to be insane too, since we are already talking about the infected virus. Can they infect the Astro Toilets with it? Probably not. But I think it is worth the try, because I believe Jimmy knows something about them that we do not yet know. Well, it was just a fun what-if episode, and I hope you guys liked it. Okay, guys, that was it for today's episode. If you want more of these videos, make sure to like and subscribe.